Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome, and if you're new, my name is Frida. I make videos on lifestyle, beauty, and entrepreneurship, and I also do own a candle store. If you want to check that out, the link will be in the description with a coupon code. This video is long overdue, and if I'm sweating is because I'm beginning to sweat. My AC is off. I don't want it to interrupt the sound of this video, so I'm going to go real quick. So today's video is going to be finding your apartment on Craigslist, affordable apartment. There are ways to find affordable apartment. When I was looking for my apartment, the apps that I really used was apartment.com, Zillow, and rental.com. The one that I love from the app that I just mentioned is apartment.com and rental. I love the fact that you can just pick numbers from there and contact the person. Zillow, even if you pick the number and contact the person, it still sort of goes through the Zillow system. It's just weird, and anytime I contact the people, they never got back to me. So yeah, that was just weird. The next website that I use is Craigslist, which I'll be talking about in this video. And I actually did find this apartment through Craigslist. I was very skeptical going to look for an apartment on Craigslist, but then during the research of looking for my apartment, I did my research, and most people do say that when you want something affordable, you do want to go on Craigslist, but then you do want to be careful as well. The reason why you might want to consider Craigslist is because you're dealing directly with the landlord, and you can negotiate, and usually the landlord sometimes charge their rent at a very lower price than the market value, depending on how quick they want a tenant to fill up the space. So I'm just going to tell you the process and things to look out when you're using Craigslist. The first thing you want to do is to say some prayers. Okay, it's very important. Do say some prayers because you can easily get scammed on Craigslist. Like when I was looking for my apartment, prayers like, God, don't let them scam me, because I don't have the money to be scammed. Okay, I just have money for rent, so don't let them scam me. So say a prayer before you continue. Then you want to start looking for houses at the location that you wish to stay. So list out a couple of locations that you do not mind staying at, and also consider your job. If you're moving to a whole different area and then you decide to look for a job there, that's fine, then you don't have to consider your job. But if you have your job at one particular place and then you're looking for an apartment, think about how far a distance you want to be driving. So consider that, and then put in the location and then search for houses. You will see a ton of house on Craigslist, but the thing is, do not fall for it. Don't fall for anything on Craigslist. If it's too good to be true, it is too good to be true. Okay. If the house, say like you see a 3-bedroom house with a very nice kitchen, a nice bathroom, everything is just on point with parking and everything, and then they are charging you like $1,000 a month, be careful. And it also depends on the location, so know how on average how much rent is charged at that location. Like where I was living with my dad, rent is pretty expensive there, so I wasn't really looking to stay in that city because I know like I'll have to be breaking the bank. Okay, so just know the average range of rent that is charged. If it's too good to be true, just go away. Don't even waste time. Now when you find the house that you want, they usually show pictures. I will stay away from houses that you don't have the pictures. I usually go with the ones that have the pictures. You click on it and then you read the information of the house. Some of the houses there are just renting a room, so be careful with that. They'll say renting a 1-bedroom. If they are saying a 1-bedroom, they are probably just renting the room. But go through the description to make sure it is what you want. And one thing I really wanted was parking, because I do not want to be parking my car on the street when it's snowing. I don't want to do that. So it was very important for me to find a place that provide parking for me, at least when it's snowing and it gets into the colder months. So you want to look into that. Then you want to email the owner of the house. Sometimes some of them will put their contact right in the description. Sometimes you have to contact them through the email provided for you on Craigslist. There's a button that I will say email, and then you email the person and then they'll get back to you. I wouldn't say maybe the person putting their contact in the description is safer than you emailing the person. I really wouldn't say. I'll say both ways, just be careful. But I really like it when they put their contact and details in the description, so I don't have to go through the whole Craigslist and stuff like that. Like, I find it very easy. But like I said, just be careful. So when you email the person is going to get back to you, and then you're going to talk about the house and all of that. This is why you have to start getting careful, because when you get an email from the person, they're going to tell you the house is available and all of those things, and what the house, you can ask more questions about the house, what it really entails. If you are not sure the description you read on Craigslist is true, you can ask the person. But if the description is different from what you saw on Craigslist, I will really not go with that house, because that's just the beginning stage of you getting scammed. Okay. Usually when the landlords get back to you, ask you if you're interested, and then if you're interested, they'll send you an application. You do not want to do this mistake. Do not provide any of your private details to anybody without seeing the house first. Don't do that. Don't do that. Do not. Like, I emailed one guy and I saw the house. It was a really nice place. It was cool. It had everything I wanted. And I emailed the person and he got back to me. I was like, oh, the house is available. I was like, okay, it's available. I would love to come and see it. And he said because of the COVID, we are not allowing people to physically come and see the place. And he sent me videos of the place and all of that. And I was like, oh, these videos are cute and all of that, but I still want to come and see the place. When I said I wanted to come to see the place, usually it takes him long to reply, like a day or two, and he'll reply at the weirdest time, like 12 a.m. Who does that? So I was like, okay, I need to get my guards up. Still insisted that I need to do an online tour and stuff like that. I was like, no, I do not want that. I'm not going to do that. You see that I come see the house, I like it, and we proceed, or no deal. And another one that I contacted to said, okay, you can come see the house, you can book an appointment and come see the house, but first I need to check your Corey. I don't have problem with you checking my Corey, but I have to provide you with my social security, and I would not. So I told him I need to see the house. If I like the house, then we can do all the security parts of the application. That is how it is done. You don't do it reverse. Do not do it reverse. If the landlord is serious, he will know what he is doing. Do not do it reverse. So that's one thing you want to be careful about. Do not provide any of your private details to anybody until you are sure you've seen the house, you've seen everything. I've heard people who went all the way to see the house and still got scammed. So that's why I'm saying you need prayers too, because all your physical strategies can still get you scammed, but just things that you need to know, so you be careful. So I probably pointed out a lot of the things, and one thing I wanted to say is keep track of your communication and every payment you made to anybody, just in case anything worse happen and then you want to get the police involved. Just in case the police can help you, they might want to see details and things about all of these things. So I'll tell you the process I went through with my house. Actually, at this point I was getting fed up with looking for a place. I just wanted to make up my mind and just stay with my parents again and just forget it, because I knew I was going to go travel to Ghana at the end of the year. So I was just thinking, should I just live it, stay with my parents, and then when I come back from Ghana, I'll do it. Something just told me that day to go on Craigslist, and I went on Craigslist and the house was there, and I was like, okay, it looks like a cool place. Let me shoot these people an email, and they added their email and their contact detail and everything. I think they added their number actually too. So I contacted them, and the lady got back to me, I believe the following day, and she explained that she was on vacation with her kids. So there is no network at where she is. She's back to her hometown, so the communication might be a bit slow. So I told her, yeah, I like the house and I would love to come see it. And she was like, fine, let's just book an appointment. When do you want to come see it? My husband will be home. I'll tell him about you. You come see the place. One thing you want to also know is, just because of security purpose and also because I am female, I didn't feel comfortable coming to see the place alone, and my dad wasn't available. So I went to my friend and her brother. So if that is an issue for you, just be careful. See, today this world is very weird, so just put in everything to be careful. So I came in, the husband was really nice, showed me the place and everything, and I asked him if I was the only one looking for the place, and he actually told me there were a couple of people who came to see the place and all of that. After seeing the place, I texted the lady back that I'm very interested, so let me know how we can proceed. And she sent me the application. I filled the application, sent it back to her, and then she got back to me that I can get the place. She's giving me the place. And one thing that really wowed me about this whole place is she told me, oh, you can move in like a week before the actual date. So like it was going to be the end of the month, a week to the end of the month, but she told me, yeah, I can just move in as soon as possible and just start paying the rent the next month. So she just forget about the week that was left. And I was like, okay, that's a sign. When I came home though, I did pray, and I was like, God, I know I follow all the protocols and stuff, but please, I do not want to be scum. I know I still can be scum. And then when I was praying, I was like, if this place is for me and this place is genuine, do not let the lady agree to me paying the rent before I move in. Let her agree to me bringing the rent on the day that I'm moving. That was literally what I prayed for. So I texted her, I was like, so how are we going to do the payment and everything? Just to hear her response and just to confirm my prayer. And she was like, oh, don't worry about it. Just move in. You can pay when you are in and just move in. I was like, oh my God. The prayers were answered. I was so shocked. Like, when I tell you, I literally was on this lady's neck to get her money. I'm telling you, I keep testing. Oh, so have you found a way for me to pay you? Should I give your husband the cash? Because when I was still moving in, she was still on vacation with her kids. Should I give your husband the cash, or should I just write him a check? Or which way? Do you have the same bank that I have, so I can put you on my bank so it'll be easy to make payment? And she was like, don't worry about it, we'll take it. So like, I keep constantly worrying her because I just need the money to leave my account, because I want to be able to make sure that, okay, the rent money is out, this is what I have left, so let me budget my life. Okay, so that's basically what happened with me looking for an apartment. So Craigslist is a very scary place to look for an apartment at, but you can also find nice apartment there that are more affordable than you will find on places like apartment.com and Zillow and all of that. But just be careful. Just be careful. Know what you're doing. When you're going for a tour, I would suggest you go with a friend or somebody, and I would just suggest you get your security app and all of those things, especially if you're a female. Just be careful where you're going. If you need to bring a pepper spray, honey, do what you gotta do. Okay, I'm gonna end the video here. I hope this video will be helpful to someone looking for an apartment. If you have any question that I haven't answered, leave in the comments and I'll answer that. and I'll catch you in my next video. So until then, stay blessed and beautiful. Bye guys.